Hello fellow mind travelers, and welcome to this episode of Mind Traveling, where we will be talking about dinosaurs. Did they really go extinct 65 million years ago? Or have humans actually walked the earth at the same time as them? Now let's start with the term dinosaur. It was brought to us in 1842 by Sir Richard Owens of the Royal Society, and the term meant terrible lizard. Now up until this point, no fossils had actually been discovered or any proof leading that dinosaurs had existed. That didn't come until 1854 near the Missouri River, where Ferdinand Hayden was exploring and found a tooth. Now this tooth was then sent to Joseph Leidy, which later declared it to belong to the Trachodon, meaning rough tooth. Now after this discovery, archaeologists hit a huge boom and started discovering fossils all over the globe. These fossils would then be named and become the dinosaurs that you're familiar with today. Although there's never been a complete fossil found, the most complete can be seen in Chicago, a T-Rex named Sue that was discovered in South Dakota. So why 65 million years ago? Well, scientists and archaeologists say they have carbon dated these bones, and that's about where they lie. But what if I told you there's an ulterior motive behind telling you this? So let's start back in 1842 when the term dinosaur was created. One important thing to note is this was the heyday of evolutionism. The theory brought to us by Charles Darwin that every species on this planet had evolved from a single cell organism. Before evolution was a theory, there was only one theory of how we came into our existence, and that was creationism. Creationism stems from religious beliefs that God created everything on the earth as it is. Hence, there was no evolution, we were just created to be what we are. So on one side, you have creationism, and on the other, you have evolutionism. In this theory, it takes millions and millions of years for a species to get from point A to point B, and far longer than that for one species to transform into another. And it supports the idea that species go through trial and error and just evolve into what we have become. So that's why this 65 million years is so important to scientists, because it allows them the time for evolution to have occurred. So now is where you should start to see the conflict. What evolutionism did was put a divide between religion and science. It's very hard for you to believe one without discrediting the other. So with all that being said, let's get into the real conspiracy here, which is dinosaurs actually lived amongst humans and did not go extinct 65 million years ago. So let me start by telling you guys what got me really deep into this conspiracy theory. In 2003, there was a team of archaeologists digging in Montana, and they found what appeared to be a Tyrannosaurus rex femur bone. Now to get this bone onto the helicopter to be taken to the research center, they had to break the bone. Once it arrived at the research center, Dr. Mary Schweitzer, who was in charge of analyzing it, made a shocking discovery, that the bone still had soft red blood cell tissue in it. Now why is this so crazy? Because soft red blood cell tissue is the first thing to decompose inside of a fossil, meaning it would never last 65 million years. So now we've established the possibility that this dinosaur fossil is much more recent than 65 million years. But is there other proof that dinosaurs lived amongst us? And the answer is yes. Now remember, the term dinosaur wasn't coined until 1842, but before then, there was many terms used in different cultures to describe animals very similar to what we believe to be dinosaurs. Now the dragon has been in Chinese mythology for thousands and thousands of years. A matter of fact, on the Chinese calendar, there is 12 animals, 11 of which we can identify easily as animals that still exist, and the 12th being the dragon. Now, why would the Chinese put a mythical creature that never existed on a calendar alongside all these other real animals? It leads you to question. Aside from the Chinese, the Australian Aborigines had a creature they called megafauna, believed to have existed as soon as 20,000 years ago. In the Congo jungles of Africa, the Aborigines speak of a creature named Makala Mbabe. In New Guinea, they have the Loch Ness Monster. And that's just naming a few. There's countless stories involving similar creatures told throughout history. But the stories of man walking amongst dinosaurs don't just stop there. We have cave paintings dating back 35,000 years that depict dinosaurs anatomically correct. Now, how would cavemen 35,000 years ago know what dinosaurs look like? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence to me comes from the UK, where at the Carlisle Cathedral there is a tomb for Bishop Richard Bell, and on this tomb in brass he had etched an assortment of animals that can be seen today, like rabbits, fish, mice. But in addition, there are actually carvings of dinosaurs. In Angkor Wat, Cambodia, on a stone temple, you will actually see stone etchings of what appears to be a stegosaurus. In Utah, at the National Bridge National Monument, there are stone carvings that Native Americans did, which also depict dinosaurs that look extremely similar to what we depict them as today. How did they know? If we want to believe what scientists tell us, then yes, dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago. But if we want to be open-minded and give some credit to these myths as being factual, then we have to look at them. Why would cavemans draw paintings of dinosaurs on their walls? Why would Native Americans do stone etchings of dinosaurs? Why would these people want to pass down this information? Why would the Chinese have a dragon in their calendar? So with all this being said, does it really give proof that dinosaurs walked amongst us? These are all things that you have to look into. And on top of that, you have to look into why would the agenda be pushed so hard to make dinosaurs extinct 65 million years ago? Is it just to push forth the evolutionism theory? So what do you guys think? Make sure to leave your opinions in the comments below, and until the next mission, safe travels.